Okay, welcome to another IELTS Speaking Practice by Johnny. Chào mừng các bạn một video khác của Johnny nha. Cái video này nói về Speaking Practice và bạn đang học online với mình tên là bạn Lĩnh. And he will take this student of mine. His name is Lĩnh and he will take exam very soon. Probably he will take exam on the 2nd of March. So next week. And we'll see how he practice the speaking. And I'll just help him. I'll just try to correct his speaking somehow. Okay, let's start now. So we are working on this test practice on the Cambridge number 15 academic book. Cambridge practice test number 15. You can find these books online anywhere, you know. Now, so Mr. Lin, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's start with test 1, part 1. So let's talk about email, shall we? So what kind of emails do you receive about your work or your studies?
Well, because my current occupation is a student, I don't receive that much email. But I guess it will related to my homework, because we all have to study.
Okay, so do you prefer email, phone, or text your friends, and why?
Well, personally, I prefer to text to my friend because I
Text
believe
my friend, to text my friend, not text to.
text my friend.
My friend, yeah.
Text my friend because I believe it is the most effective way and the most efficient way to communicate with my friends.
You believe it's the most efficient way, I see. So do you reply to emails and messages as soon as you receive them?
Well, I guess it still depends on how important it is. It is regular talks, then I will answer as soon as possible.
Soon,
But
as soon. As soon
as soon as
Không
possible.
phải u nha. As soon as possible. Not
as soon,
but as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
So, are you happy to receive emails that are advertising something?
Well, I guess it still depends, because if the advertising is discuss about goods that I actually need, then yeah, I
You mean
quite
you absolutely need?
yes.
That you absolutely need.
Then I would quite happy about it. But if it's about topic that are irrelevant to me, then I would find quite irritating.
Yes, you would feel very irritated, I see. Now, let's go to test 2, part 1, speaking. And let's talk about languages, shall we? Okay, so how many languages can you speak? And why not?
Well, currently I am a bilingual, so I am able to speak up to 2 languages. One is my mother tongue and the other one is English.
Okay, and which language do you find useful?
Well, I guess due to my interest, I find English is much more useful than my first language, because I can access to much more things than my mother tongue.
You can access without preposition, no preposition. You can access more knowledge. Or if it's a noun, you can get access to. Nếu mà là danh từ thì là get access to nha. But if it's a verb, to access knowledge without any preposition, không có giới từ nếu mà là verb nha. Okay, try again.
Well, I will say that English is currently much more useful to me.
Useful
to me, because I can access knowledge with a much wider range compared to Vietnamese.
Okay, so think about it for a moment. How useful will English be to you in your future? Why and why not?
Well, because I'm planning to study abroad, and it's a primary language
Abroad.
abroad, 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 and its primary language there is English. So I would say that English is much more important for me.
It's a much more important thing for me.
Currently and for the future as well.
And for the future as well, I see. So what do you remember about learning languages at school? Like back then, what can you remember about it? And why?
Well, actually, I don't have much memory when it's come to study the second language at school. I guess back then I just don't realize how important it is, so I don't pay much attention to it.
You didn't pay much attention to it.
Pay much attention.
You didn't pay much attention to it.
I didn't pay much attention to it.
And so, what do you think would be the hardest language to learn, and why?
Well, I guess, from my knowledge, the hardest language is probably Japanese.
Probably, and properly is a different word. Two different words. Probably and properly is two different words. Which one? Probably.
Japanese, because they have a completely different alphabet. So I figure it will really challenging for people to study it. Consider how less popular it is.
How less popular it is, I see. What do you mean less popular? Japanese is these days, the people learn Japanese a lot. It has achieved quite a reputation, quite a popularity among learners. But it is true that it's one of the hardest language to learn. It's Chinese and Japanese, yeah. Now, tell me, so let's go to test number 3, part 1. Let's talk about swimming. So, Mr. Lin, did you learn to swim when you were a child? And why? Why not?
I actually learned how to swim when I was a child, thanks to my parents. Of course, back then I don't really pay much attention.
I didn't really
Pay much attention to it, but I guess thanks to my parents' judgment, I was able to swimming now.
I was able to swim. I am able to swim now. I am able to swim now.
I am able to swim now.
So you are grateful about that skill you have learned, right?
Yes.
That's true. Okay, so how often do you go swimming now? And why not? And why not?
Well, actually, it's quite rare for me to go to swim right now. Well, of course.
To go swimming right now, yeah.
To swimming right now. Of course, despite that, my apartment do provide the facility for it. I find it quite boring.
Boring? You mean boring?
Yes, quite boring. Quite boring, and it's just not as interesting as pick up your phone and.
Interesting. It's not as interesting as picking up your phone or.
To consume mass media on your phone.
Oh, you mean binge watch videos and media?
Yes.
To binge watch coi từ cái video này qua đi video khác. To binge watch videos and things like that. It means like you watch from video 1 all the way to video 10 and 20 and just continue on, you know. You binge watch them. Okay, so what places are there for swimming where you live? Are there any places for swimming where you live?
Well, my apartment do provide a facility for like a swimming pool and of course lifeguard. But
Yes.
what's the question again?
My question was, are there any places for swimming where you live, and why?
Because my apartment do provide a facility. Well, I guess it's still a little the apartment still quite high on social status. So I guess
You mean a luxurious apartment? You mean?
yes. Of course, it's not like very extreme, but I guess swimming when
Yes. What else?
I guess they still kind enough to provide a swimming pool for the.
Of course, they're still kind enough to provide a swimming pool, yeah. But it will slowly degrade, you know, the quality will slowly get worse. I mean, that's how it is in this country, unfortunately.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at an indoor pool, and why?
Well, I actually prefer to swimming outside because well, I guess it's just in my opinion it's just more suitable and it's create the open space illusion, which I guess it's just very relaxing for me compared to indoor swimming, which sometimes can feel really
Cramped, very cramped. And it's not very comfortable to swim in an indoor pool, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I see. Okay, good. We can go to test number 4, part 1. Let's talk about jewelry. Jewelry. You know, like jewelry means like, of course, the rings, the bracelets, the earrings, and all these extra accessories that you put on your body, that you wear on your body, just to make yourself look much better and shiny, you know. Jewelry, nữ trang, nam trang gì đó. So, do you wear jewelry?
Well, I actually don't like to wear jewelry. I guess because I prefer something more practical. So I find jewelry kind of in my ways when I doing daily activities.
Yes. I see. So so because you don't wear jewelry, I cannot ask you how often. So what type of jewelry, if you wear, if you like it, if you wear it, what type of jewelry do you like best and why?
Because I lean more about the practicality, I guess a watch would be the best accessory that suit me because I can there
is
công dụng hay gì đó.
There's a function, right?
Chức năng. Yes.
There's a function.
It's function and
there's a function. Yes.
There's a function and it's also look good. So I guess that I can combine both of them. So watch would be the most suitable for me.
I see. Right, a watch. I see. So for you, a watch could be a piece of jewelry, right? Not just to tell time, but it's one of the how can I say? It's one of the tools or a piece of jewelry to wear on your body, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So when do people like to give jewelry in your country? Jewelry in your country. When do
Well,
people like to give jewelry in your country and why?
well,
Let's think about it.
based on my knowledge, I guess that people usually give jewelry
Jewelry.
jewelry.
Okay,
In
jewelry, yes.
in a birthday, when in birthday, especially when the receiver is
The recipient.
the receiver is a female.
Recipient.
Receive.
There's a word called recipient. Recipient, người nhận được á. It's a person who received the thing. It's called receiver or recipient. Recipient. When the recipient is a girl, or is a girl, it's a young female. It's a girl. Okay. Now, so how about wedding? Do they give jewelry?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Well, I guess they also give it in weddings.
Yes.
I guess that's all.
I guess that's all. I see. But sometimes people give jewelry during wedding in Vietnam just to provide a kind of safekeeping for the couple when they marry each other. When I say safekeeping, I mean that to keep something, at least something in the house, in the home, in case someone gets sick and need money for treatment, or in case there is some kind of incidents that happen that you absolutely need that money, then you use that.
Oh.
So it is to help the couple to have a more stable or a more comfortable life. People give them jewelry, especially the parents of the bride or the groom, you know.
Yes.
And you are right. Sometimes they give it during like birth, like the birth of a baby, or birthday, the first birthday, you know. Or sometimes, oh yeah, first birthday is called Thôi Noi, right?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I believe so.
I believe so too. Okay, so have you ever given jewelry to someone as a gift?
Well, I would say yes, but of course,
you did?
it's not. Of course, it's not something like you extravagant because due to my like a poor economy problem. So I give a fake one to my sister, and of course I try my best to make it look good, but in the end you still cannot avoid the fact that it's still a fake one.
Okay, I guess that's the end of part 1. We can move on to part 2 now. So let's go back to test number 1. Test number 1, part 2. Describe a hotel that you know. You should say where this hotel is, what this hotel looks like, what facilities this hotel has, and explain whether you think this is a nice hotel to stay in. And also you have part 3 here, discussion topics related to part 2, about staying in a hotel or working in a hotel. So example include like, what things are important when people are choosing a hotel? Thứ gì là quan trọng khi con người ta chọn khách sạn? Why do some people not like staying in a hotel? Tại sao một số người không thích ở khách sạn? Do you think staying in a luxury hotel is a waste of money? Bạn có nghĩ cái chuyện ở trong một khách sạn sang chảnh là một sự phí tiền không? And then of course, working in a hotel, you have questions like, do you think hotel work is a good career for life? Bạn có nghĩ làm việc trong khách sạn là một cái nghề nghiệp tốt? con đường nghề nghiệp tốt cho cuộc sống không? How does working in a big hotel compare with working in a small hotel? Làm việc ở khách sạn lớn so sánh như thế nào được với làm việc trong khách sạn nhỏ? So it means this question you need to compare the pros and cons of working in the smaller place and a bigger place. Let's think about all the things related to working there, like work hours, workload, how about career prospect, how about challenges, how about salary, environment, working environment, is it stressful or not? And I think that's it. And what skills are needed to be a successful hotel manager? Kỹ năng gì cần thiết để trở thành một người quản lý cái khách sạn thành công? So basically I think it's just manager in total, but it's hotel manager now. Alright, Mr. Lin, you have 1 minute to think about your ideas now. For part 2, describe a hotel that you know. Okay, you can talk now. Describe a hotel that you know. Your 2 minutes start now, please.
Well, so one of the hotel that I actually know very well is its name is Imperial, which located in Vũng Tàu. It's a 5-star hotel. Well, the company that my mother worked for is actually the one that built that hotel. Because my mother is a very high-ranking employee. She basically worked there. So that's why when I tag along with her, I actually have free access to all the
You have free access. You have free access to all of the facilities.
Yes, I have the free access to all the best facility that the hotel itself can offer, and, including an extravagant swimming pool, like and its private beach. Beach.
And a private beach or seashore. Let's just say seashore or beach.
Seashore.
It's
private.
Seashore. Okay, or beach. Okay, continue.
So
quickly.
Of course, for the appearance, it's definitely have an all Europe style design. So that's why it's really stand out in Vietnam. So it's quite unique, and and I do have a lot of chance to visit it. So that's why I know it very well.
Okay. Did you say whether you think it's a nice hotel to stay in? You did, right?
Yes.
Okay, of course you did. Okay, let's talk about part 3 now, about staying in a hotel. So, what things are important when people are choosing a hotel, Mr. Lin?
Well, I guess before choosing a hotel, most people would using the rating as a reference, and I guess the facility.
A reference? Using the rating as a reference?
Rating, the rating.
The grading. The rating as a reference.
As a reference. And
reference. That's a reference.
Okay. So, and I guess they also reading comments, and I guess that's all people mostly care about.
That's all people mostly care about, I see. Now, so why do some people not like staying in hotels?
Well, personally, I think hotels pretty nice to stay overnight, but I guess that person just have a bad experience with a shabby one that they.
Wait, what word are you trying to say?
Shabby, huh?
Shabby. Okay, shabby is actually informal words. It's informal. Let's use like bad experience with bad hotels. Let's just say bad hotels, or
Yes. Okay.
you can use a. I think shabby is actually a informal word. You have to be careful with that. Bad experience
yes.
with false practice. You know, false practice.
No, I haven't heard of it.
False practice means like they are working and carrying out their business in a wrong way, sometimes illegally. Làm giống như kiểu mà false practice là làm sai trái, làm việc sai trái. If they commit false practice, or if they are shady business. Những cái chuyện làm ăn mờ ám, shady businesses. Like shady businesses means like you are doing a business but illegally. All right. Or that you do not care for the customer much. It's false practice. Okay, so let's continue. So what other reasons are there for people not like staying in hotels?
Well, I guess people just have bad experience with one, or that they just don't enjoy the atmosphere that the hotel have. I guess it's just uncomfortable when you don't stay overnight at your own home.
At their own home, I see. Right, so do you think staying in a luxury hotel is a waste of money or not?
Well, I guess it still depends on their financial, because
Financial what? Financial is an adjective. It depends on their financial prospect, right? Triển vọng, tài chính.
yes.
Or their financial ability, khả năng tài chính.
Their financial ability, because I guess sometimes spending money on a luxurious hotel can be a good change of page, and
A good change of what?
page.
Pace. Nhịp sống hả? A good change of pace. Can you spell it?
God, I heard it and I don't know.
A good change. Let's just say it's a good change.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just say that's a good change. Okay.
It's a good change, and I guess it can provide them a unique experience as well.
And perspective. And a different perspective. Điểm nhìn, cách nhìn mới.
Different perspectives.
Anything else?
I guess that's all.
Oh, you guess that's all. Okay. Now, let's talk about working in a hotel. So, do you think hotel work is a good career for life, and why?
Well, I guess, from my point of view, it still depends on what position that you locate yourself in. I guess if you work at a higher up, I believe that it's definitely a very stable occupation.
Okay, it's a very stable occupation. And how does it provide you with any chance to advance in your career? How does it?
Well, I guess
you guess a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because changes.
Okay, think about like how people can advance in their career by working in a large hotel. Like, does it provide them with, how can I say, a chance to work in even bigger hotels anywhere? Does it provide them with a chance to travel for free? And does it provide them with a chance to meet famous people or reputable or popular figures in their business? Or how can it help them to achieve more in their career? Think about it. And how about a working environment? To be honest with you, it's a stressful work environment because Of course, in service sector, it's always stressful. Anything else?
I guess that's all.
Okay, think about, okay, so how does working in a big hotel compare with working in a small one?
Well, in my opinion, your workload would be significantly lower compared to working in the larger hotel. And I guess because most hotels using the same system, I believe there should not be any other major difference.
There would not be any major difference, I see. Right, so think about the work environment. Working in a big hotel provides people with ample opportunities. Provides people with ample opportunities. Ample mean a lot. With ample opportunities to learn new skills. To learn new skill and meet people. Of course, it provides people with ample opportunities to learn new skills and meet new people.
Ample là cái gì?
Ample means a lot. Dư thừa đó. Nhiều dư thừa đó. Ample means a lot.
Extravagant nó là negative.
Yes.
Hay là...
No. Ample means like it's a lot. It just means it's a lot. Many. Okay. And of course, you get a chance to learn new skills and meet new people. But when you work for a small hotel, you might not be able to learn these skills. Like for example, you have to be able to serve different people coming from different cultures and languages. And they speak different languages too. So, of course, by working as a receptionist or like let's say a driver in a small hotel or a large hotel, people can learn the language, learn the culture, learn the behaviors. And that it's actually an advantage for big hotel compared with working in a small hotel. The second advantage, of course, is the salary. What do you think about salary?
Well, I guess larger hotels usually have better reputation and rating. So I guess working for once, you would also receive much better.
Receive
much better salary compared to when you're working for a small hotel.
Okay. Right, talking about salary. Okay, how about working environment? Working in a small hotel provides way less stress compared to working in a big hotel, of course. Because big hotel means you have many customers. And many customers, many rooms means a lot of complaints can go your way. And if customer complain, you have to immediately diffuse the situation. Diffuse là cái từ dùng cho để mà giống như là phá bom á. Diffuse the situation. To diffuse the situation. So basically diffuse is a word that people use when they defuse a bomb. But here diffuse a situation means like when the situation becomes very tense, intense or stressful, people working in the hotel have to diffuse the situation, have to let the customer feel better about themselves, and then the situation will basically become okay, you know? So, working in a large hotel provides you with a lot of stress too. That is to be expected. You have to understand that. Okay, now, so what skills are needed to become a successful hotel manager, Mr. Lin?
Well, I believe that To be a successful manager for a hotel, you need a wide range of skill. Like I guess you have to think about food quality and the way your employee are serving your customer, and I guess handling other smaller business like cleaning up, sometimes cleaning up a mess. I guess that's all.
Right, you have to be able to clean up messes. There's a lot of mess, a lot of stress and mess to be cleaned up, of course. Think about like if you have a whole group of, let's say, 50 people coming from, say, China, for example. Of course, you know, Chinese tourists are actually rated as one of the worst kind of tourists in the world. Just check it out. Just Google and you will see. And also, there's a lot of tourists from, let's say, other Asian nations. They're also very loud, you know, and the way they behave is not very civilized. And because of that, well, there's a lot of mess to be fixed. Think about it. When people from different nations enter the same dining table, people have to face a lot of problem or issues, right? And of course, a hotel manager have to be able to be there at all time. See, in order to solve any problem that can come their way. Think about if the customer have children, that is way worse of a problem, trust me. If the children run around and make trouble, obviously it's the hotel's job to solve it. And they have to tell the parents to supervise their children. But sometimes, I'm not sure if you are aware of this, Vietnamese parents are often very reluctant to not let their children play. You know, Vietnamese people will be like, just let children play, it's normal. But of course it's normal, but look at what they do. The children can make a lot of mess. The children can actually make a lot of noise, and that is bad for the hotel and other customers as well. Do you agree? Trẻ con nó chạy tùm lum cái nó đụng đổ vỡ tùm lum nữa, gây ra nhiều vấn đề lắm luôn, phải không đâu? Well, and that is not something nice to look at, of course. So a hotel manager has to be able to solve problems. And of course, they have to be there at all times. So commitment, a lot of commitment, trust me. Stress, they have to be able to handle stress well. Have to be able to communicate well in different languages, because sometimes, you know, the employees, they are not from only one nation. They can be international too. And the customer, of course, they are international as well. So a hotel manager must have good communication skills as well. And what else? They have to have vision. They must have vision as well. Phải có tầm nhìn đó nha. Like to know how to lead their employees to excellence. Otherwise, the hotel rating will drop. Không là cái thứ hạng của cái khách sạn nó rớt xuống á. Alright. Okay, let's go to test number 2. And look at part 2 here for test number 2. Describe a website that you bought something from. Mô tả một cái website mà bạn đã mua một cái gì đó từ đó. You should say what the website is, what you bought from this website, how satisfied you were with what you bought, and explain what you liked or disliked about using this website. Be careful with the past tense, please. Cẩn thận quá khứ nha. And of course, part 3, we have discussion topics here. About shopping online and the culture of consumerism. Mua hàng online với lại cái văn hóa và tiêu dùng, văn hóa tiêu thụ, tiêu dùng. So, what kinds of things do people in your country often buy from online shops? Người trong đất nước bạn thường mua cái gì? Những cái loại gì từ những cửa hàng online? Why do you think online shopping has become so popular nowadays? Tại sao bạn nghĩ mua hàng online bây giờ nó lại quá thông dụng như bây giờ? What are some possible disadvantages of buying things from online shops? Một số cái điểm bất lợi có thể có từ việc mua đồ từ những cửa hiệu online là gì? And you have the culture of consumerism. Văn hóa tiêu dùng. So why do many people today keep buying things which they do not need? Tại sao quá nhiều người ngày nay cứ mua mấy cái đồ mà họ không bao giờ cần? Do you believe the benefits of a consumer society outweigh the disadvantages of it? Bạn có tin là những lợi ích của cái xã hội tiêu dùng ngày nay nó lớn hơn được cái bất lợi của cái xã hội tiêu dùng không? Okay, think about like its disadvantages to the environment. It creates a lot of waste, you know. And but also it improves the economy, and of course the nation becomes richer and richer at the cost of resources, of course, natural resources and the environment. And how about the job market, unemployment rate, and things like that, you know? You have to talk about benefits and disadvantages and tell me what you think about it. Does it outweigh? Phải nói điểm lợi và điểm hại của nó, và liệu nó có lớn hơn nhau không? Điểm lợi có lớn hơn điểm hại không? And how possible is it to avoid the culture of consumerism? Có cách nào không để mà tránh cái văn hóa, cái tiêu dùng, cái tiêu xài liên tục? The culture of consumerism here means like people keep on buying and buying and buying and buying things they don't need. And of course it destroys the environment. And that is bad for their budgets. They cannot save up if they keep on buying things they don't need. Okay, you have 1 minute to think about this part 2 and part 3 too. 1 phút bắt đầu. Okay, we can start now. Please describe a website that you bought something from. Mr. Lin, please.
So one of the website that I
Website
is Amazon. Well,
it's Amazon.com, right?
Yes. Because it's a very well-known platform.
Well-known
platform for people who want to purchase goods online. Of course, I chose it because it have a good rating, and of course I did the way
it has a good rating. It
has good rating, and of course I did know that there are many other brands offer the same thing. Of course, sometimes better deal, but many of my acquaintance do use this, and so I guess I have a better view about it. So I purchased binoculars from the website, and I guess, well, for me it's definitely a good thing to have because I can observe fireworks, and it's definitely a unique toy for me to show to my friend. And so I guess the only thing that make me doesn't satisfied with the website is the amount of time it takes to delivery what I purchased to me. I believe it takes more than a month, which is kind of
That's bad. Was it because of COVID?
I don't believe so, because it's a pre-COVID period. So
it's a pre-COVID. I see. It must be more than 1.5 years.
Yes, and I guess just that they don't have many stores around my country, so it takes quite a long time.
It takes quite a long time, I see. Okay, now let's go to part 3 about shopping online. So what kind of things do people in your country often buy from online shops?
Well, Personally, I believe that people usually purchase expensive goods on the website, so maybe accessory and clothes.
Accessories and clothes.
Uh, so I guess uh, when there are more money at stake, I guess people would usually come to the place itself to check the merchant by themselves instead of viewing
The
pictures.
merchandise, you mean the merchandise?
The merchandise, itself instead of what watching a picture of it.
The merchandise mean the goods, of course. Okay, instead of looking at the pictures of it online, I see. So why do you think online shopping has become so popular nowadays? What could be the reasons?
One of the reasons I believe that have made online shopping extremely popular is due to how convenient and safe it is. Uh, I guess changing your clothes and of course for women they have to make up. Walking outside of the street, the
The what? The street, right?
the street will definitely
Okay.
be a hassle. So I guess staying at your home and wait people to bring it for you is much more appealing. And I guess, of course, in the COVID period, it's also much more safe to do so.
It's much safer or much more safe to do so. And with the event of course, with the advent of COVID-19, well, that has made online shopping a thing, the norm now. Of course, nó biến một cái gì đó bình thường này. It has become the norm now. So it's one of the reasons. So how about other reasons? How about the comfortability? Or how about the comfort? The comfort that it provides. Just by sitting in front of the computer and surfing for items and just waiting for delivery, instead of having to dress up and going to supermarkets. That is the comfort that online shopping provides. Also, shopping in a real shop can consume a lot of energy too, especially if like the day it was snowy outside, or it's a very hot day, or on rainy days, people wouldn't want to be outside, and that is bad. So basically, online shopping can provide an opportunity for people to shop when the shop is not available, or when the weather prevents them from doing so. So it provided comfort, of course. So that's one of the reasons why too, not just because of COVID. So what are some possible disadvantages of buying things from online shops?
I guess possible advantage is that when you buy merchandise from un- uh, unqualified, low quality shop, you may get tricked and lose your money.
May get tricked and lose your money.
Your money. And of course, the quality of the merchandise that they sell may sometimes not as exactly the same that they post online. So of course, people will not happy when they receive a low quality of what they have imagined.
I see. Of what I have previously imagined, I see. So, how about, okay, so basically you talk about quality of the products and the risk that people take when they are shopping online. So, of course, clothes is one thing. What other advantages are there? Think about the possibility to exchange or to fix the product in case of any kind of breakage, or in case the product breaks down. Is it easy if you buy a things, let's say from another country, and the product breaks down? Can you send it for repair easily? No, it's not, isn't it?
Yes.
You have to say no.
Oh,
you have to say no.
No.
Okay. I don't know, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And how about guarantee? How about warranty? Basically, the shop guaranteed you for like a certain amount of time, but most of the time, it would not be so easy to bring the product out of your country to go to the store, which is from another country, right? Or in another province, right? Từ cái huyện khác làm sao? It's difficult. So buying things online actually contains some risk to go with it too, of course. And the possibility of getting scammed is always there. Okay, so let's talk about a culture of consumerism. These days, a lot of people, they just, toss their money out of the window. Quăng tiền qua cửa sổ. Toss their money out of the window. It's an expression in many languages too, I think. Okay, it toss their money out the window when they receive their payment or their paycheck, and they just keep on buying online things until they no longer have any dime left. And that is a culture of consumerism, which is very prevalent in many countries, especially developing countries like Vietnam now. Think about it. People are so eager to get a new iPhone, a new smartphone, a new, say, Samsung or whatever it's called, a new iPad, a new car, a new motorbike, for example. People are so eager to get the latest thing as always. So why do many people today keep buying things which they do not need, Mr. Lin?
Well, I believe that it's a younger generation usually want to look for new experience. So
New experience.
new experience. So of course, new products is the only thing that can provide them with this kind of experience. And I guess that's one of the possible reasons for them always spend money on the latest and greatest. Uh, well, I guess many people also buying products so that they can. It's a way for them to release stress, and uh, I guess well uh, I guess some
Yes.
people prefer to owning many things. It's probably make them feel more safe. So I guess that's why that people usually spend a lot more money than they actually need you.
When I actually meet you, I see. Right, okay, so do you believe the benefits of a consumer society outweigh the disadvantages of it? Let's talk
Well,
about both good and bad side, pros and cons.
well, I guess the pro is that they can support the, of course, a variety of company, and this company will need to hire worker to to meet the demand. So that so
To meet the
to meet the demand. So as a result, they can definitely improve the economy and create a lot of job. Uh, but I guess on the other hand, they can
on the other hand.
on the other hand,
On the other hand.
keep switching device and merchandise that they can create a lot of waste, and of course it is not easy to handle recycling all this way, and the natural resources and the environment would definitely be negatively affected.
Would be negatively affected.
Negatively affected.
Would be negatively affected. Okay, so think about how good it is to the economy if people do not purchase. The factories and the companies would not be able to achieve that great sales figures, and as a result, the workers would not receive their annual bonus, tiền lương, tiền thưởng hàng năm. And of course, the economy would not be as well developed. So there's always give and take. There's always give and take. There's always give and take. A give and take here. There's always a give and take here. Cho đi nhận lại. It means like there's always a good and bad in every situation too. You have to consider these things. Like, nếu mà con người ta không uống bia thì làm sao mấy nhà làm bia nó lại có thể phát triển, nền kinh tế phát triển được, đúng không? If people don't consume beer, how could in alcohol, how could the economy improve, right?
Yes.
And of course, the result is a strain on their health. Of course, a strain on their health. Strain or stress is basically the same in normal meaning. Strain and stress, you know.
Yes.
All right. And you talk about disadvantages, which is bad for the economy. I mean, bad for the environment. How about the waste? What do you think about the waste problem these days?
Well, I guess most countries don't have the the facility to effectively recycling all the waste. So of course, this natural resources will be lost, and also it will affect the environment, of course.
Of course, it will negatively affect the environment, and this waste is not easy to be destroyed or removed. But some countries, they consider waste as a resource, you know. You can use this waste for many things, and waste can be a good resource for some new technology, green technology, something like that. All right, so do you think it's outweighed? Do you think the benefits outweigh the disadvantages in this case?
Well, I guess in this specific case, the benefit that this phenomenon brings do outweigh the drawback of it.
Okay, it does outweigh the disadvantages of it. Okay, good. So, Mr. Lin, how possible is it to avoid the culture of consumerism? Avoid.
Well, I guess the only ways is to raise people awareness about the problem, because money is their personal affair. So I guess that nobody can control it. I can use it. So beside them. So I guess they can only stop themselves from buying unnecessary goods.
How about a restriction on advertising? Do you think it could help prevent the culture of consumerism, besides from raising awareness? Like the government should place a restriction on advertising. What do you think about that?
Well, I guess it will somewhat affect, but of course, many companies don't need to advertise to achieve great sales figures. So I guess.
You mean stellar figures? Stellar figures means like very high sales figures. Stellar là thuộc về star đó. Stellar means belong to the star. So stellar figures also means like very high sales figure. It means that you are very successful in selling people things. Okay. All right. And how about, is there any other possible way to avoid the culture of consumerism? Think about, of course, it's all about awareness and education to people and to let them know the danger of consumerism. Right. I don't think there's any possible way, I think, besides from raising awareness and placing a restriction on like advertising, so that company cannot abuse these precious time to just keep on bombarding people with like adverts, you know. luring people to buy things they don't need. Okay, I think that's the end of today's practice. If you have practiced well, it's already 1 hour. Okay, so let's move on to writing. And okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Cảm ơn các bạn theo dõi nhiều nha. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified of my many uploads. You can also follow, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này với bạn bè của các bạn, đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nhấn vào nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh chữ đăng ký kênh đó, để mà được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn có thể follow Facebook mình nhưng mà đừng kết bạn Facebook mình. Thank you and see you. Bye bye.